Guys, are we rolling? In this age of propaganda and
Vernon Central High School, how may I help you?
I'm calling to help you, actually.
Really? Well, I can use some today.
Aren't you cute? Okay, you have a live shooting situation in the cafeteria. This isn't a joke, okay? There are students with weapons in the lunchroom right now.
And you know this how? Because you are one of the students in our cafeteria with a firearm? And you say your name is Tristan Boy?
What are you hoping to gain from this, Tristan?
Hope's got nothing to do with it. Thank you.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change.
The issue of policing is a question of systemic racism.
I'm not going to shut down the country. I'm going to shut down the virus.
You ever wonder why so many people seem to buy so easily into whatever it is the left is selling?
Canceling student loan debt is good for you.
Because the left makes these issues seem so morally clear.
This is so logical. I don't understand the opposition.
And separating fact from fiction, it takes work. And I've done the work. Once a week, I'll take a commonly made leftist claim, the kind of claim that your friends push all over your social media feed.
No justice, no peace!
And I'll walk you through all the supporting research to debunk their arguments and expose every fallacy the left throws at you.
You're a white male!
And what's better? I'll do it in 15 minutes or less. You could spend years researching these topics, you could read all of the books, or you could just come hang out with me here every week and know more on all of these topics than all your leftist friends. Become an expert. Debunked. Only on the Daily Wire.
He's in this tiny little soap bubble of a vehicle, and he is sitting straight down into a huge field of boulders the size of cars and small houses. Now, even if they were to survive the landing, it looked very likely that the lunar module will land at such a steep angle that the thrusters on the ascent stage wouldn't have the juice to get the vehicle vertical for takeoff.
100 feet, 3.5 down, 9 forward, 5%. 875 feet. That's looking good, down a half.
As a matter of fact, just 2 years later, the probes on the footpad of Apollo 15's Falcon lander would just kind of brush against the rim of a small crater, so Commander Dave Scott killed the engine about 2 feet above the surface. The Falcon slammed down hard enough for lunar module pilot Jim Irwin to shout, "Bam!" from the impact.
8 feet, -1. Contact. Bam!
They landed on the lip of the crater. When they finally settled down, they realized that the Falcon was resting at an 11-degree angle. The safe limit for getting back into space and coming home was 12 degrees.
Hey! Hey, no! Car, all of you, stop! Stop! Hey! Stop! Tristan Boy and Chris Jellick have guns in the cafeteria.
Yo, that's
okay, they are killing people.
It's not even funny.
No sh**. Don't go back inside unless you want to die, okay? Go!
This better be real.
You're not coming? No, most of them still don't know. Okay. I'm with you. Okay. Yeah? Yeah, come on.
Apollo 11, this is Houston.
Welcome to Apollo 11 Mission Control. What's left of it anyway? The space race. 12 years of open warfare between two superpowers.
The United States and the Soviet Union.
We used our best missiles, our best pilots.
Scientists and engineers.
We employed aircraft carriers, radar stations, all the military hardware we had to defeat our ideological nemesis, when each team had over 20,000 nuclear warheads apiece. The space race was the defining act of the second half of the 20th century.
Time for this nation to take a clearly leading role in space achievement.
50 years ago, men from planet Earth first set foot upon the moon. You owe it to yourself and to history to experience the space age from the inside and see how it took hundreds of small steps to get to that one giant leap. I'm Bill Whittle, and this is What We Saw.
These are just a few of the questions that those who promote left-wing gender theory, the theory that makes it possible, allegedly, for Ellen Page to become a man or be a man or to have always been a man while also being a woman, cannot answer, will not answer. We're meant to simply accept that this woman is a man, even though nobody who makes the claim, including Ellen herself, can offer any explanation of it. They cannot tell you when she became a man, how she became a man, how any of this is possible scientifically or logically. In fact, the people making the claim cannot even so much as explain what the claim actually is. Think about that for a moment. Ellen Page says she's a man. Okay. What does she mean by that? With all these people announcing that they're really a gender other than the one that they were, quote, assigned at birth, the crazy thing is that nobody ever stops to ask the simplest, most basic question. What do you mean?
What to do about the online porn problem? You had people who, in the name of a very degraded and shallow understanding of libertarianism, said, nah, porn's great. George Washington and Thomas Jefferson would love it. They basically wrote the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution so that we could all watch videos of this trash, this wicked and debased stuff. And so we got to keep porn, no regulations. And then you had another side saying we need to ban porn. Just ban it. This is obviously horrible stuff. Just ban the porn right now. And this debate ensued. And I thought both sides sort of missed the point.
So now it turns out that San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo appears to have broken health protocols in celebrating Thanksgiving with family members outside of his own household unit. There's a shocker. The NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit has learned that Liccardo celebrated with his elderly parents at their Saratoga home with an unknown number of other guests. While the mayor's staff did confirm the dinner took place, they haven't disclosed how many other people attended, how many different households were present, and whether any of those in attendance wore masks while not eating. This is a private event, not public, said Jim Reed, Liccardo's chief of staff. We're going to redraw the line between what is personal and what is public because that line has become blurred. Weird, because Gavin Newsom and Eric Garcetti and Democrats all over the state of California have been suggesting that they will drive up to your house and ticket you if you're outside of your home with somebody else's family. But apparently, if you're the mayor of San Jose, it's fine. You can be there. COVID doesn't affect you. You're a Democrat. It feels like the walls are closing in. And that is not a coincidence. There is a plan from elitists to make the walls close in on you because they must achieve your silence. They must achieve not just your silence, but your assent. They want you to be complicit in the destruction of your own values. That is the goal here. And that is why it feels monolithic. That's why it feels like a tsunami right now, a cultural tsunami. And Trump was a middle finger to that. That middle finger is not going to go away post-election, regardless of what happens, regardless of how this election ends up being adjudicated, regardless of what the Electoral College does. Okay, that push to take over all of the institutions of power in our society, from government to Hollywood to academia to the education system to all of the main outlets of media, to social media, that push is going to continue unabated from the left because they're engaged in renormalization of American values. They're engaged in institutional capture so they can cram down on you a particular agenda and then ostracize you if you dare to speak up against it.
Are we good, guys? Are we rolling? In this age of propaganda, and the media has done a really good job of creating a caricature of Candace Owens. What's going to be different about Candace at the Daily Wire? The timing right now is really crucial to stand up on a platform and to say, I'm here, I'm a conservative, I'm not apologizing. I'm really committed to changing things. I have the courage to stand by my convictions and genuinely believe in the importance of challenging ideas and the importance of debate. And that's why I'm really excited to join the Daily Wire team. This show is going to be uplifting, funny, political. This show is going to be all of the pieces of me.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change.